Hi, it's Mike Stephenson here. Today in this video we're going to have a look at a use case for getting transparency on Azure Function integrations. And the background here is we've got this new feature in Turbo 360 BAM to leverage login to App Insights to open up these hidden away integrations, and we want to show an example of how one of our customers used this to have some good success. So in Turbo 360, we've got four key modules. The module we're looking at in today's video is this one down at the bottom here, Business Activity Monitoring. So the use case we had is the customer has operational technology systems pushing data to an event hub over here. And what they need to do is drive the data through the event hub and then leverage a publish subscribe pattern so that different systems can get messages that they're interested in. So in Service Bus, we've got pub sub, and what we would do is we've got this Azure function over here that can push data from the event hub to Service Bus, and that drives integrations into other systems. Now, the challenge that the customer has is the Azure function they've already got has login to App Insights, and this is great for the developer down here who can go and have a look in App Insights, troubleshoot things, get a view of the application performance. And this is deep technical login that helps the developer. The problem comes into play in the real world where people have questions and issues about the data being processed. So imagine over here we've got somebody who could be a business super user or could be an application support person who has a question about data being processed. So the question might be, did we process a message for order 50 today? And the problem is that person has no idea what that component did. They escalate the support ticket to a support operator, and also they don't really know what's going on. They don't have visibility of these logs, and it's too complicated for them to figure it out. So, even if they did have access, querying those logs, you need an advanced skill set to do it, and it's not something that can easily be shared with people who aren't developers. So what happens is all of the support tickets escalate to our poor developer here, who's supposed to be building stuff for a new project, but they keep getting pulled off the project to deal with a lot of these support tickets, so everything just slows down. The problem over here is the users get a poor experience. The support operator gets frustrated because they get these tickets but can't do anything with them, and the developer keeps getting pulled off their project. So what we were able to do is we use the Turbo 360 business business activity monitoring solution, and we're able to create a view a bit like this one here. So here you can see I've got messages being processed through the system. We can showcase business identities as well. So for example, if you had, the type of message being processed, that function processes lots of different types of messages, for example. You may also have projection of business properties. So you might say, here's the order ID or the truck ID or something like that. So the user can come in and they can use this tracking view and they can click one of these. They can do a search up here, for example. They could say, search for message with order 50. That would filter the grid and show just that message. They then have the one they need and they can click on it here, and it's going to open up a view of like more detail. So what the developer was able to do is, as well as creating the query, when it opens up they can create this diagram here showing the key things that the user cares about. Now, the key point here with this new feature is the developer hasn't changed any of the code they've written. No deployments are involved. They're just leveraging the login that they already had going to application insights. So what they're able to do is create queries that just light up some shapes they want the user to see. So we know we've got a message that got received. We know the message got sent to Service Bus. When the support user or the business super user comes in, if they wanted to know a bit more info, they can click one of these shapes. That'll open up the more details, and the developer could project out more columns from those logs. So for example, up here, they were able to show a message body that they were logging, but you could also have other properties that you might want to show to the users. And really, from the customer's perspective, the developer spends about 15 minutes setting this up. They're able to then give that to the support person and the business super user, show them how to use it, and then they're able to answer their own questions. So really, in this case, one support ticket that the developer has to deal with probably takes longer than the time it took to set this up in the first place. So they're able to just shift support left and empower them users to deal with their own queries. And that developer hopefully will have a big drop where instead of every question gets escalated to them, only the real exception ones where there's a genuine problem gets escalated to the developer. They can focus on building their new projects. Now, what the developer could also do is we've got a dashboard feature here, and the developer can use the queries that they're putting into BAM to produce like an overview of what's going on. For example, here they had a how many messages have we processed by each different message type, or they can do other queries about things like how long is stuff taken to process, or how many messages do we get by day. You can create that single view to let the users see what's going on. So what the developer was able to do by shifting support left here, they put Turbo 360 in, and they leveraged queries of their existing logs and app insights that was able to light up for these users down here a view of what's going on. They're able to see the messages being processed without having to have that advanced developer skill set, and that creates huge value for the customer in a number of ways. Better performance, better customer experience. We're not wasting the developers' time with trivial queries. They can focus on building a new project. Quicker time to resolution for any support tickets. And really, we've just leveled up their experience with this integration. And then the developer can now go and look for other opportunities to leverage these logs and kind of showcase some of the data they've got in other integrations that they can solve other problems in the same way by just letting users self-service. Hopefully this video was useful to people. If you'd like to learn more about this feature, please give us a shout. It's available to help with things like logic apps, functions, API management, custom login, data factory, and those kind of use cases. Thank you. Have a great week.